The EU faces a new political crisis as member states could ignore Brussels' interventions in the future, according to an expert. Rouge Group social and political commentator Dr. Niall McRae argued the EU could be consumed by chaos in the future due to its failings during the coronavirus pandemic. During an interview with Express.co.uk, Dr. McRae insisted countries were growing tired of the EU in a crisis. The co-author of political book, Moralitas, insisted during the pandemic, the EU as a body was not significantly impactful. Dr. McRae said, "Now we are in the midst of a coronavirus pandemic and I think we are seeing growing signs that governments across Europe are in trouble. Their prospects are quite difficult and I think COVID is likely to become a political crisis as well as a public health crisis in Europe. The EU has been unable to impose any legitimate authority during this pandemic. The EU is very interventionist and has been proactive in the past, but with COVID, it has almost become an irrelevance." Dr. McRae predicted further disruptions in the EU if another crisis was to arise due to changing attitudes. He said, "I don't think there is the appetite anymore for the EU to go into countries and start bossing people around. I think we really are facing the potential for a popular uprising in Europe. This will not just be an uprising against the EU, but there is a lot of dissatisfaction with the whole sort of way in which politics seems to have gone global and national democracies have been surmounted. I think people will be pining to go back to the way things were before their national sovereignty and their democratic rights were taken away from them." The political expert closed by questioning what future the European Union will have in dealing with these issues. He said, "So what will the European Union do? Will it stand aside and let this COVID crisis work its way through or will it get consumed by the chaos? I think the EU is caught between a rock and a hard place." Dr. McRae also predicted that there may be a growing push back against the European Union from Italy in the near future. He insisted, following a successful Brexit, countries frustrated at the European Union